YouTube has become therapy for a lot of guys, even women. A moment to lash out and speak against their own demons, even myself. Like Charleston White, he's only speaking out with no real ill intent, but really battling the person he once was, and at times still holding on to, and in the process getting a check for it. Talk back to me. Somebody gonna talk back? Anybody but a dead body. We starting early. So everyone is mad at Charleston White, but they not mad at that bum-ass Brooklyn pastor bishop who choked that woman. They're not mad at the preacher who's taking all the money out the community and ain't near doorknob fixed in the church. What's the difference between Charleston White and the preacher? The difference is Charleston White tells his story and speak out with no filter. The preacher uses the good book. So that fake ass bishop gets to rob, huh? He gets to rob his own self. He gets to lie, he gets to cheat, he gets to beat up on women on camera and choke women on camera. And us men, we do nothing and don't hold them accountable. He gets to steal people money and get a pass in the name of God. Not an apology yet. Not an apology. And if it was an apology, not a sincere one, but I'm looking for just an apology for the assault, an apology to the abused mothers and daughters and people who've seen him do this. Huh? The whole assault on camera. What type of message does it send? Even as a pillar of your community, you can beat, rape, pillage. And depending on your status, you can get a pass. Clergymen, pastors, you can cheat, steal, assault, and still be exempt from not only criminal justice, but from street justice. That's how weak we are today as so-called men. Talk back to me. I'm talking to you. And then we have HASSAN C.SOUP. He can drink on camera, disrespect women, holding them against their will in stores, curse his own mother out. He can curse his own mother out. Flash fake donation money and threaten to rape a little boy. And y'all call him a real Negro because he said a good word at the end of his sentence. Talk back to 10. I'm talking to him.
I want you to understand something. When you crash my car, you don't have to apologize like you say. But I'll let you not apologize. I want you to understand something. When you crash my car, you don't have
now,
to
I only let it play for this short period. But he held her for a minute there. And she asked him over and over again, excuse me, let me out. Let me out. Get out for yourself. Look at the rest of the video. She kept asking him, let me out. Excuse me, let me out. And he held there. He held her there against her will. She said, I'm calling the police. So we allowed that to go on the camera. That couldn't happen in Dykeman, in Washington Heights. That's not happening. We're not having that. Hold a Latina in the right community against her will and see what happened to you. Talk back to me. The sad part is this. This is the sad part. He tells you, that's on camera, he tells you he's mentally ill. He tells you. He tells you he's been in the mental institution. He tells you he was on medication. And you still make him normal. Talk back to 10. I'm talking to him.
So that's why you see me wilding out on social media. I would never sit up there and tell anybody that nothing was wrong with me psychologically when I've been in jail for murder 3 times.
So why should people listen to you?
Oh, no, let me finish. Because when I start talking, automatically, it's like my words, when I speak, you got to cut in between. Like, I would never tell nobody that psychologically that I'm not halfway cuckoo. Like I said, when I hit crazy homes, I've been in the nut house. I've been in the nut house. From the nut house, after I got out of the nut house, as soon as my father signed me out, my dope fiend father, as soon as he signed me out, I went to jail for murder. Attempted murder. Came out of jail, went back for 3 more, came back out, went to jail for murder again. Multiple homicides because of my childhood and what I went through, the pain of what. So I never tried to tell nobody anything about me being normal. Never did that, for one. For two, the situation that happened with dude in Walmart, the difference between his situation and my situation is I was raised by Africa Bambaataa. When I didn't have nothing and I was fucked up in the game, that man fed me when I was hungry. So it was different on top of the fact that I keep saying that I was raised in a household where, in a family period, where my mother, stepfather, raped all her sisters. So,
and this is just why you black folk are losing. This is just why. This is just why we can't get ahead no more. We got mentally ill people trying to lead us. You got Trump. You know he mentally ill, but you got him and you're picking him to be your president. You got this sicko. You know he's mentally ill, but you choosing him to be the face of YouTube. Talk like that, I'm talking. Well, it's like the blind leading the blind. This is just why us as black folk we can't get nowhere. Always forgiving, always seeing the good in everyone. Knowing they molesting kids, selling drugs, and not in good favor with even God. But we still want to treat them like they deserve to be put on a pedestal. Like when the police shoot someone, or even the George Floyd situation. First thing you do is ask this question. And the majority of you out there ask this question when y'all seen the George Floyd, and before the results was out, y'all asked, what did he do? Speaking of the victim, this man got his knee on his neck, and they're asking, what did the man on the floor do? Talk back to me. You ain't asking what the man with the knee on his neck is doing. When the police shoot somebody, you ask, what did he do for him to get shot? Opposed to saying, why would you even shoot him? Huh? Without getting to the bottom of it, you ask the victim, what were you doing? Instead of the assailant, the guilty party. You done made the victim the criminal instead of looking at the crime. You look at the color of the person who's committing it, meaning the real criminal act. The police, sometimes a civilian, sometimes. You're looking at the religion. You're looking at the blue uniform. And then you pass judgment. Above all, you look at the jury, the jackets, the cars, and the homes to make a person better than. Talk back to 10. I'm talking to you. Get in my comment section. Y'all ain't been in there lately. Talk back to me. That's why when it comes to the court system and justice, I can respect one part of it. And guess what that is? I can respect the lady of justice because she wears a blindfold. You can't take it off. You can't fix it. You can't do nothing. And guess what? She holds a scale and judges based on the weight of the good and the bad. That's why courts and trials are full of shit. Talk back to me. It's based on status, color, religion of influence. Religion of influence. What religion can influence and sway those to believe in whoever controls the media controls the world? Because everything that we get in our information comes through media, and we listen to media. Who controls it? Talk back to 10. I'm talking to you. Get in my comment section and stay out that goddamn white man prison.